Hey guys, Mr. Asian Persuasion here, and want to do another commentary today. Like, I was thinking about doing this tomorrow, but I was just like doing some chores, and I was listening to this commentator. Yeah, his channel's like Review Tech USA, and I just thought like I'd put my thoughts out there while they're here now. Just got the gameplay, so I mean my thoughts are pretty fresh. So I mean like it's not like a day old or anything, but so let's just jump into this. Basically, he was saying how since the Ps4 and the Xbox720, but he mainly referenced the Ps4 because that's what we mainly have to work with at the moment. How basically they're gonna be a PC for all purposes. They're a PC inside a box labeled Sony. Like PS4, whatever, Xbox 720. It's a PC though. It's using x86 architecture. I mean, it's gonna be a system just like it's somewhat like Windows. I mean, it's gonna be a computer. It's gonna have a GPU and it's gonna have a GPU obviously. I mean, something based off like the AMD series. It's also gonna have an AMD processor, both of them probably. And so what he was saying, what he was getting at is these systems, since they're going to be so close, like, will they get emulated? Because with the Xbox 360 and the PS3, like, they both have, like, some different types of systems. I mean, every console in the before was a PC, technically, but it wasn't to the point where it was, like, the differences were, like, so little. And this, unless they have like a humongous security code or something like for coding and stuff that nobody could get through, then I don't see that the system can be easily emulated. Is basically what I'm getting at. I mean, I have a few ideas how to stop this, but so basically, just imagine down the line a guy with a gaming PC like me. Hey, you PS4, why would you buy one if you want to, if just for campaign games or something? Like you seen that game with that guy like fighting that dragon at the Sony conference. Like you want to play that because it's probably going to be only campaign game. Well, guess what? You could probably get a ROM of it offline, and you could probably get a PS4 emulator eventually. I mean, probably not right away, like he said, like the guy in everything when I say he said, Review Tech USA guy. Yeah, okay. I'll link you to his video in below in the description. But so basically, like, how would you feel that like your PS4 it wouldn't become obsolete, but I mean like you could play games and make them PS4 exclusives, like at least the campaign, and make them look better on your PC. Even multiplayer though you could somewhat play, because I mean Killzone 3 you could play with bots offline, so you would be able, if they had for all purposes Killzone 4 comes out, whatever the new Killzone, like it's I don't know if it's Liberations or whatever, but it looks good. But Killzone 4, let's just call it that, comes out. You want to play multiplayer and you get a PS4 emulator, guess what? You could play multiplayer on there. I mean, and it would just be against bots, but you could play the campaign, the multiplayer, have better graphics than the PS4. I mean, just for all purposes, the PS4 and Xbox 720, since there's like so closer to PC, they'll be easier to hack, they'll be easier to make emulators for. I mean, because he said basically, oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh. For what do you call it? Since the games will basically be written for like a PC, these games like will be able to be played on a PC with like 100% with minimal stuff, like just a PS4 emulator, just to make the system think it's a PlayStation 4. I mean, that's all you have to do. I mean, that's how emulators work basically. And oh, excuse me. Sorry. Anyways, so how is this good or bad? I mean, obviously the Xbox 720. Oh, there was a guy right there. I just realized. But obviously the Xbox 720 and the PS4 will be. They're gonna make quite a bit of profit. I'm not lying. They're gonna do pretty, like, they could do pretty good. I'm sure of it. But the new consoles, like, how is it gonna be good? Like eventually, like a few years down the line even, and then basically you could play them on your PC with an emulator. I mean, like with ROMs and stuff. Oh, sorry, the gameplay just switched immediately, but like that's kind of a huge deal, because that stops sales of like single player major games, like majorly single player games, like something like Skyrim or something. If it something like Skyrim was an exclusive to like the PlayStation or something. What I think and before I get into what I think, but how how would that work? Sony would start losing money then, like, because people would be buying the game, but guess what? They have a PS4 emulator and it's running at 100% on their PC, maybe even 110% if they have an i7, a better graphics card. Then I mean, my graphics card's gonna be better than the Sony one. However, games are majorly optimized for a console when it's released. But I just want to get into this. Like, one way I think it could be stopped is bringing over the games to PC. And I know that sounds kind of stupid, and it most likely won't happen. But you got to think of it from a few different points of view. Like, would you rather have? You could have. There's a few things that could happen. You don't bring any of those games over to the PC, then there's gonna be an emulator. People are gonna get ROMs of the game. Maybe even the ROMs, ISOs, whatever, might work on the console itself, God forbid, and that means, I mean, it's gonna happen eventually, but the console starts to lose money. And there's also, if they bring it over to the PC, like bring over the exclusive games to the PC, nobody's gonna be wanting to play those exclusives on an emulator, because all the non-exclusive games, they're probably gonna get a PC release, and all the exclusive games, if they brought them over to the PC, who cares about an emulator? Like, if for Xbox 720, I guess you could say, if you want Halo 5, like, would you rather just play campaign only, or play it like, play that on an emulator, or would you rather play like campaign multiplayer co-op on the PC if it was released on the PC? You see what I mean? Like, yes, it is somewhat bad to release it on the PC because of pirates. Obviously, internet pirates are, Pirate Bay, but I definitely believe it would be better than maybe emulators coming out, because they could sue, but once something hits the internet and it has a big impact, it's like something really big, the thing drops, and it could go on the internet, it's not going to come off. It's going to be from one site to another. Like, it's just how it goes with the internet, basically. So I really think if they don't want emulators to be, if they think their code is strong enough, whatever, fine. But if emulators get pushed out, I think they should make PC ports of the games, because nobody's gonna want to be wanting to play it on emulators. Yes, I know that that exclusive title is, it's best to be exclusive, so people buy your console for it and you make money. But what are you gonna do when an emulator comes out? ISOs of the games, like the image, basically the game image, and like all the files and stuff start hitting the internet. I mean, you don't really, what are you gonna do, dude? I'm just saying, I think it would be best if they ported like some exclusives to the PC and see how it goes, because otherwise, if emulators start coming out, like, yeah, I mean, you'll still be making money, definitely, if you port something to the PC, and your PS4 is still gonna, like, go to the major console people who don't want to spend even more money on a gaming PC, which, I mean, it's debatable how much you want to spend, but they think PCs, for the most part, console people who are exclusively to console and are ignorant of PC, they think PC is like super duper expensive, and that's just how it stays. So yeah, even though computers go down in price, obviously PS4 is like PS4 emulators. In a few years, it would probably be able to be played on some kind of like non-gaming computer that will come out eventually, because technology advances, like he says in the video. And yeah, I mean, I truly think that if they really want to stop emulation, they need to release the games like, it'll be exclusives for like Sony and PC, okay, for Microsoft and PC, like for Xbox and PC. Sorry if I was stuttering there, but I think they should do something like that, because that would bring in money from both crowds and completely stop the use of emulators. What is the point of emulators if that game is available on your PC? Really, what is the use of it? Emulators would be pointless then, because if you have the game right there and it has more functions, what do you need an emulator for? Who needs an emulator? Nobody then. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm gonna post this as a video response on that guy's video, but anyways, if you're new to the channel, if you like my content, subscribe, leave a like if you like the video, if you really want to. I mean, that would be nice. Always makes my day. You know, leave a comment, tell me your thoughts. But this is what I thought of. I mean, if you want to stop an emulator, make it non-useful. You really want to make it? You really want to make it like non-useful and make the emulator just pointless to use. Anyways, guys, this is Mr. Asian Persuasion, just posting my opinions. Anyways, guys, hope you have a good day. Peace.